In this video, we'll compare Rust with C++. I'll use a slightly improved Axiom framework, which is based on Hyper and Tokyo runtime. And for the C++, I'll use Dragon framework. We'll measure latency, throughput, as well as CPU and memory usage of both applications. I use AdBS to run all my tests, and each app is deployed on M7A large instance with 2 CPUs and 8 GB of memory. I also set the same number of threads, which is 2 for each application, as you can see from the terminal. Alright, let's go ahead and run the test. The entire benchmark took around 2 hours, and I compressed it to just a couple of minutes. Also, if you can improve any of the applications I'm testing, please raise a PR and I'll quickly merge it and rerun the test. I would also need your help to add additional functionality for the C++ application. This time, for the first half of the test, I noticed very similar performance in terms of latency, which is very rare for web frameworks. Alright, let me run this test for 1 more minute and I'll go over each graph one by one. First, we have throughput. Well, C++ only reached 142,000 requests per second, while newly improved Axiom reached 176,000 requests per second. This time, Rust performed better compared to the previous benchmark with Go, since I used a smaller payload and I accepted a couple of PRs that improved the overall performance as well. Next, we have latency, and Rust performed better here as well. Lower latency is always better, especially for the client-facing applications. Next, we have CPU usage. And finally, memory usage. So this time Rust performed better than C++, but I hope I can get some PRs to improve C++ performance as well as add additional functionality. This is only the first round, and the second round will include database tests and maybe more use cases. I have other benchmarks that you might find interesting, such as Rust versus Go or benchmarks between different databases like Postgres and MySQL, Redis versus Memcached, and more.